everyone, my name is Bernadette. I'm from a Bible school in Wellington called TMT. So I quickly want to share with you guys about just some testimonies of an outreach I went on. So with TMT, I went on an outreach to the coast. So that means I went to Mossel Bay, PE, and East London. So it was a 3-week outreach, and the first week we went to Mossel Bay, which we just went to a school and we ministered into the school. And sure, I still remember there was this one class throughout all the classes were great, but there was this one class that, they were hard. I still remember there was this one guy sitting at the back of the class on his iPad, and he went and he Googled hard questions to ask questions. But I think the most amazing thing of that week for me was just to see the change that happened, and even those classes, the hard classes, because there were 2 girls specifically that came to me somewhere during the week, and they spoke to me about their relationship with their parents. And the one girl came and said to me that after she invited Jesus into her life, for the first time, she could actually speak to her mother about stuff of Jesus, and it feels like that relationship between her and her mother was actually mended, and she actually could speak to her mother. And then there was this another girl. She never really had a good relationship with her father, and she came and she said to me, you know what? For the first time, I actually heard my dad say that he loves me. And it was just so amazing for me to see how God just came and he healed relationship. He didn't just call them back to him as their father, but he mended the relationship between father and children and between the mothers and the children. So I think that would be the one thing that really stood out for me during the first week at the school. And then the second and the last week, we didn't really go to schools, but we ministered into churches, okay? So during the second week, we were in PE. And I think the thing that stood out for me there the most was not necessarily a testimony of what happened, but of what I saw in the church. I saw family. I saw a whole congregation that was that lived out family, and that could show me what family in church is actually supposed to be. We were strangers there. We were from TMT in Wellington, and they didn't really know us. But there were some girls that invited us for a sleepover and things like that. So the whole time that I was there, they were really open. So the last week, I think that was one of the weeks that really stood out for me. We went to a creche, and the thing about the creche is the children didn't understand us because they weren't English and they weren't Afrikaans. I think they were maybe Xhosa. And so we couldn't tell them we love them. We couldn't tell them that Jesus loved them. We had to show it to them. And by just being there, just spending time with them, just rubbing their backs or hugging them or maybe just playing a game with them, that is the way that we could show love to these children. But I still remember that when we walked through the door the first day, everyone was excited. Like their face lit up. Some of them ran to the front, and so everyone was excited except this one girl. Okay, she was standing there in the corner, looking at us a little skeptical, like, who are these people? Like, can I trust them? Who are they? What do they want? And just to see that through loving them, through showing them love in the way that they understood it, this little girl came to us by the end of the week, and she ran to us and she smiled and she wanted hugs. And by the time we left, I just didn't want to leave her behind because I really loved them, and I could see how Jesus loved them. And I do believe that through love, her whole expression towards us changed. Yeah, so these are basically the things that stood out for me during this outreach. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that it meant something for you and that you take something with you. And I hope to hear your testimonies of when you go out and just love people like I love that little girl.